This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a full-service plumbing company? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Wesley Ingram with Wesley Pipes Leak Detection. Wesley, it's great having you on today. Now, we are so excited to learn more about your full services that you have when it comes to plumbing and your business a little bit overall. So go ahead and start off telling our listeners a little bit more about your backstory and just an overview of your business.
Well, my name is Wesley. I've been in the trade for what I consider a long time now. Most in my trade would say I'm still pretty new to it. I got my first license whenever I was 16. I'm 34 now. I've been in for quite some time. I'm a second generation plumber. My father's actually a plumber. My uncles are plumbers. So I got to learn the in-betweens and everything that comes with learning from different people throughout the years. So that's what kind of got me into it. Whenever I turned 16, it was one of those things I felt like I needed to start trying to do something to move forward to the future. And luckily I was smart enough at the time to step into a trade real early on in life and actually learn and understand the majority of what's coming out.
So Wesley, what does full service plumbing cover?
So basically what we do is we do from the ground to basically the last flashing on the roof for plumbing systems. We do sewer, we do water, we do mechanical systems, we do boiler systems, anything related to plumbing, we service. We've been doing it for about 15 years now.
Wow, 15 years. And from what I understand, you're in Irving, right?
Yes, ma'am. We're based out of Irving, from Dallas. So pretty much my thought process when we first opened is try to service the DFW for where we are, and everything in between and on.
Now, when it comes to plumbing, what is the biggest misconception in your industry you come across?
The biggest thing that I've ran into out of this whole time is the misconception that everything is the same price for basically anything that you think of. The industry changes from time to time, and with the way that the economy works now, it's not like how it used to be. So things aren't, you can go to a job and go to 10 jobs that are similar and nothing is ever the same price. So everything takes real thorough, observation to figure out what exactly entails to fix whatever is the issue.
Okay, and what is your favorite part about being a plumber?
My favorite part about being a plumber is meeting people and talking to people and getting to know who's around and what everybody's involved and likes doing. I'm like a social butterfly, or at least I try to be. So it's nice to meet new faces every day and hear a new backstory from somebody or help somebody that has just been needing it for a long time.
So Wesley, we're going to go ahead and switch gears here for a second. Now, marketing is the heart of every business. So ideally, paint for us your ideal customer, what they look like, maybe their income range, male, female, and how you're attracting that customer to you.
So basically, this may sound kind of crazy, but I try not to do a lot of advertising. There's no point. This day and age, it's crazy with the way things work. You'll see multi-billion-dollar companies advertise these big scale, ornate commercials, billboards, everything you could think of. And then whenever it comes to the service, it doesn't measure up. It's like their head's somewhere else thinking about something that doesn't even matter. So whenever it comes to advertising, the way I do it is it's word of mouth. My quality speaks for itself. And I think that whenever you sit and talk to somebody and meet them and you figure out where they come from and their backstory and how everything is with them, then that is a different situation than what most are. You know what I mean? So advertising, I just like as I said before, I'm a social butterfly. I just talk to any and everybody.
Wesley, what if you could advertise and still, be a social butterfly and be authentic with customer service? Is that something you would do?
I would absolutely do it to a certain extent. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done advertising whenever I first started my company to try to like get my foot in the door somewhere, but it's not worth it as far as like it's different when you meet customers. I'll just put it like that. It's a lot better to talk to somebody instead of having to sit and try to put everything that you are on one little piece of property or paper or anything like that. So that's the way I look at it. And see, I've been doing it. I've been legally plumbing since I was 16 years old. So everybody I've met through the time that I started plumbing into where I am right now, a lot of people have kept up with me over time. I get a lot of word of mouth reviews and referrals from a lot of people. I think that's how I got onto this podcast, to be honest.
So Wesley, we know you're a plumber, but outside of work, what do you do for fun?
I play music. I'm a musician. I play 13 instruments. I started back when I was 15 years old. Other than that, I like bodybuilding and lifting weights. It's actually one of my passions. So I do it every day, and that in itself brings a smile to my face at the end of the day. So I'm in a really good place with that. But yeah, that's the other two things that I do. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Amazing. And health is wealth. So I love that you brought that up. Now, diving in a little bit more to your business, because I can tell this is something that you're passionate about, and you're passionate about standing out in your industry. So what are the core values that your business stands on?
So it goes back to fundamentals and how you said basically the core. I want to have my business operate not necessarily as just a business, but a school, a teaching opportunity, not only for customers, not only for city people or just anybody, but for everybody involved. I think that anybody that has the ability or has the need to call a plumber to come service and take care of whatever it is they need to know and be educated about what's going on in the process while that plumber's doing it. So that way, if there's any questions, the plumber has to be knowledgeable enough to actually answer those questions that the customer is going to have. My biggest thing is I started this company out of a necessity to try to change the way that the field is. I know that I'm just one person and I only have a few people working for me right now, but fundamentally, I think that our trade is like not how it's supposed to be. I think that there needs to be more communication, more of a connection from the plumber to the customer. I think there needs to be the way that it used to be back 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, where not only are you paying for somebody to come service or take care of an issue that you're having, you're paying for the experience and knowledge of that plumber to educate you further on in the future, so that way you can make better decisions on how you move forward whenever you're having issues that you've dealt with previously.
So Wesley, in practice, what does that customer care and service look like during your visit with these customers?
So basically what I do is we schedule to come out, we have time frames, and then we show up. The customer tells me the backstory of what the issue is going to be, and then we go do diagnostics, run tests, try to figure out exactly what's going on. Once we figure out what the issue is, then we go ahead and we start taking the next step to explain to the customer exactly what we have to do to get the job done, so that way they know step-by-step process of what's been done, so that way if anything happens in the future or they move to another home and a similar issue happens, they have the knowledge to be like, okay, this is what I need to do and this is the steps I need to do to move forward.
So Wesley, we've covered some great information here today, but what our listeners really want to know is where can they go to learn more about Wesley Pipes leak detection?
You can check out our website, wesleypipeleakdetection.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram. We have a plethora of information for you to go through and figure out exactly what you might or might not need service to.
Well, Wesley, I really appreciate you being on this show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me on today.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.